Good morning. It is 5:37 a.m. and I am feeling, well, first let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Faith Larnett. I am a second-year medical student and I make feel-good content about my journey through medical school, my wellness journey, and basically everything in between. So if you like stuff like that, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for coming. And today I'm going to talk about feeling unmotivated to study and what do you do? How do you study when you don't feel motivated to do so? So this is my process of getting back on track with studying, even if I really don't feel like it. Just better. So we just finished a test block, and the reason why I'm up, I like to get up early anyway, but I am also volunteering. Well, it's not really, it's for one of my classes, but we have to we get to volunteer at this clinic, and it's going to be like an 8:30 to 3 p.m. kind of thing, so I'm going to be there all day. And I wanted to try to get a little bit of studying done beforehand because I'm a morning person. I work, really my hours are like 9, like starting around like 9 or 10 a.m. That's like when I'm really good at studying. But I like to wake up early so that I can have some time to just get myself together, journal, eat food, enjoy myself before I actually get into things. The problem with like me being like really efficient, like my good study hours, like focus hours is like mid-morning, is that's the one we have a lot of class or, like life happens at that time. So, I kind of have to work around that. Anyway, today is about how do you study when you're actually unmotivated to do so? And the reason why I'm unmotivated is because I'm burnt out. I'm absolutely burnt out. We had a 10-day test block, so it started on a Friday, like our first test was on a Friday, and then we had 3 tests every other day from so we had Friday was a test, then Saturday, Sunday. And then that next week, the Monday through Friday, we had 3 tests, 1 every other day. And then we had that weekend, so Saturday, Sunday, and then we had a test Monday and Tuesday. So 2 tests back to back. One of them was a board exam, which is like a cumulative exam. So I'm exhausted. I am burnt out. It's been a week. It's been a week ago today is when the test block started, and I am still exhausted. And I did take that time off from just not doing anything. Like I slept, I ate food, I went home and visited my parents, and I cleaned my apartment. I did a whole reset routine, and I can show a video about like what that cleaning the apartment reset routine is about. But it is time to get back on track. It's time to get back up and start studying for the next test block. And also I'm in my second year medical school, which means that I'm taking the step 1 exam later this semester. So I need to get back on track with studying for that as well. So because that's always going to be a factor. So I always have to do things for that. So I feel like I'm burnt out. I feel like a problem that I'm having is like with getting started, and really the point of this video is about building momentum. So I think a problem that I'm having right now is that it feels so vast. Like there's so many different things I want to do. Like there's school things, but there's also creative things I want to do, because I find that if I don't nurture my creative side, then, well, let's put it this way. I can't just focus on one thing because I feel like a robot. Like I'm not a study robot, I'm a person. And for the past 2-3 weeks, I've been a study robot. So I want to like engage more on my creative side. So there's things I want to do creatively, and there's things I want to do academically. So the first thing that I like to do when I'm feeling like this is to take inventory or like mental stock, basically a brain dump of everything that I want to get done. It doesn't necessarily have to be today, but maybe like within the next week, but starting with the things I want to get done today. And then I like to pick 2 to 3, but definitely have like one main thing. Just have one main thing, because again, the purpose is to build momentum. So that is what I'm going to do now, is just write out this list. First thing I do when I recognize that I am not feeling motivated is to write out all the things I need to get done, including the big task that absolutely has to get done by the end of the day, followed by tasks that I want to get done throughout the week. When it comes to the big task, I basically like to write instructions on what is it. First, I like to think of what does done look like, and then I want to write out instructions as if I'm breaking it down to a baby or like to a child of these are the steps that it takes to finish this task. And I pick one task to do that for. So if nothing else happens, that one task that absolutely has to get done will get done. And I have a clear idea of what done means, because when it comes to studying, it feels like it's nebulous and that there's always more to do. So having an idea of what done looks like gives me a clear goal and a better understanding of the expectations I have for myself. Okay, so I have my list ready, and it's just like on a piece of printer paper. And something else I like to do is I like to make this a little more fun, but I'm not going to do this right now because I'm running a lot of time. But when I get back from volunteering, I'm going to do this. But, okay, so what I like to do is I like to write down like all the things I want to do for the weekly goals on these like little post-it notes. And then I have this board. Here, let me show you. I have this board. Isn't it cute? Of like each task goes on a post-it note, and then I have a board where I move it from like to do, in progress, on hold, or done. So it's just a visual reminder of like, or a visual like cue of things that need to get done. And it's a dynamic, I think it's called a Kanban board. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's a dynamic to-do list, and I really like that. So things I need to get done, I'm not going to read everything I have to get done this week, but for me, the ones that I starred, I have a neuro quiz that I need to study for. I have a couple of review articles I need to write annotations for, like an annotated review. I need to review some articles for a research project, and I need to like annotate that. And I want to review cardio for STEP. So I'm starting with cardio pharmacology. So I want to watch the cardio pharmacology sketchy videos, and that's my main thing that I'm doing today. That's like I said, if there was one thing that needs to get done, I want to watch 4 videos for cardio pharmacology. So what does done look like? Done looks like doing 10 UWorld questions based on the cardiopharmacology videos I did today. Now, do I only do 10 UWorld questions today? No, I'm probably going to do more than 10, but considering that I'm going to be gone from 8 to 3, I might end up doing 10. But at the bare minimum, I want to do 10, and I just want to like get a feel for the questions, because I'm trying to get in the practice of like doing questions every day. And I just did like mini STEP assessment for a baseline score a couple of days ago. So that was interesting. But yeah, so then I said I write out instructions for how things get done. So to take the cardio farm sketchy videos as an example, how do I get to done? I watch a cardio farm sketchy, and then I just do a brain dump of all the symbols from the sketchy that I can remember and like what they mean. And then I reread, or like I compare the symbols that I wrote down in my brain dump to what's actually like the actual sketchy. because they have notes on like what each symbol means. So I compare those two. And then I do Anki cards based on the video. And when I'm done with the Anki cards, so it's like I do all that for one video and then I repeat the process. So I'm going to do that 4 times. So watch the video, brain dump some what I can remember, compare the notes, do the Anki cards, repeat 4 times. And then once I'm done with those 4 videos, I'm going to do 10 U-World questions. So that's what that looks like. If there's nothing else that gets done today, that is what will get done. And that's how I build momentum. So, okay, so something else is like the mindset aspect of it. So once you write down the steps, get curious because it really is a journey and it's a marathon, not a sprint. So I do like to get curious about like why am I feeling so unmotivated? And is it because the task is so daunting that I don't know where to start? Is it because I'm burnt out? Is it because I'm not really interested in the material? And like I said earlier, it is because I'm burnt out because I just got off of a really intense test block and I'm just tired. And I think that's okay. And it is okay to acknowledge like, hey, I'm feeling unmotivated right now. That's totally like, I believe in acknowledging your feelings. And then it's like, hey, I'm feeling unmotivated and I'm going to not just push through, but I am going to study. Or like, I'm feeling unmotivated to study and I am going to do 1 task today. Like, even if it's just, like, my to-do list is so, it's like, there's like 12 items on this for things I want to get done this week alone. And there's some of it's creative, some of it's not, like some of it's academic, but it is still things that I want to get done. So it's like, okay, this is a pretty ambitious to-do list. It's okay if I don't hit all of them because it's ambitious. As long as I get to most of it, it's okay. But the key here is like, I'm acknowledging the feelings of being unmotivated. It's like a yes and statement. I'm acknowledging that I'm unmotivated to study because I'm burnt out. And I just want to watch TV. Like, I would love to just, like, rot on the couch and watch TV. But we're past that. I gave myself a week to chill, and now it's time to get back. It's time to build momentum. So to build the momentum is, like, just focus on one task. If I get to the other task that I wanted to get done today, awesome. But if I finish that one task of watching those 4 farm sketchy videos, I am going to feel good. Like, today's a success. And even if and I'm trying to like give myself grace too, because again, I'm gonna be gone for most of the day, but I'm trying to give myself grace too. So it's like, yes, I'm gonna get to 1 task and get done with 1 task. That's the goal. If I can do more, awesome. But even if I get to like 3 out of the 4 sketchy videos, that's still better than nothing. And it's better because yesterday I didn't do any studying. I traveled, I like drove from my hometown to my apartment and I took a nap and ate food, and that's what needed to get done. So it is okay that like productivity doesn't necessarily mean checking off all the things on your to-do list. I was reading the book The Productivity Project by Chris Bailey, and I also listened to his podcast, the Time and Intention podcast, and the book was saying how like behind productivity is intentionality. So if you have the intention of resting all day and recuperating, then you're being productive. And I love that mindset shift because I am trying at all costs to prevent burnout. And even though I am a little burnt out, I feel like that was kind of inevitable given the structure and the scheduling of how the exams were. Like, how could you not be after something like that? Like, that was intense. So I say that to say that, yes, I have a long to-do list and I do have goals for today, but I am going to give myself grace and I'm going to at least prioritize that one thing and just start small. If you're still feeling unmotivated to start, I love using timers where it's like I use a 5-minute timer, or I could even shrink it to 3 minutes. And I'm like, okay, just open the book or open Sketchy and press play for 3 minutes, see what happens. Or for 5 minutes, see what happens. And if I want to continue, great. If I want to take a break, then I give myself permission to do that. And you just keep going until you build some momentum. Hey, so I felt like switching up the angle. But something else I wanted to touch on was asking yourself, why do you care? Why is it important to you that you study? And then asking a follow-up question of why, and just going deeper until you hit the reason that really resonates with you, because, or a reason to study that is absolutely, like, you can't explain it away, right? So it could be like, oh, I want to study because I want to get a good grade. Well, my next test isn't for another couple of weeks from now. So, you know, I could technically push it off, right? I'm not recommending that, but like I could technically. So it's like, okay, so why is that important that you get a good grade? Well, I want to be a competitive applicant for residency, and I really want to understand the material. So I was like, okay, why is it important that you understand the material, or that you want to be a good applicant for residency? Well, and it really comes down, like, for me, when I ask myself deeper questions about like why, it always comes down to the fact that I want to be in a field where, like, I didn't work this hard to be in a field that I'm not going to be happy in. So I really want to be in a field where I can see myself thriving, and that is compatible with me and my personality, and aligns to my, just the way that I think and the way that I work. So that is one reason. But, and at the core, I want to study because I want to be a competent doctor, and I want to be, really, it's like I'm studying because I know that one day the information that I learned from this study session or from another study session, or even if it's like my first time seeing it, third time, fourth time seeing it, it's going to click eventually. And one day that information is going to help me save a person's life or alleviate their pain. And I cannot think of anything more important or like a bigger motivator to study than just thinking about that. It's like, yes, I'm tired, but watching these sketchy videos, taking these notes, doing these practice problems, it's all going to click one day when I'm in clinic or in the hospital, when I'm seeing a patient and I'm recognizing this presentation, associating it with this pathology, and understanding how to treat it. And it's like, I'll be able to step in and help that person, save their life, alleviate their pain, whatever it is, I'll be able to help them. And that is why I applied to medical, like that's why I'm doing what I'm doing in the first place. That is the dream. So even just talking about it gets me a little fired up. So I say that to say, once you've like written out your list, like taken inventory of what you need to do, written out instructions of the one task that you really need to get done, and identified and recognized that, like, yeah, I'm not feeling very motivated, ask yourself why it's important to you. Like, why do you care? And just remember that so that you can just get fired up. Like, I feel like I'm ready to at least get started right now. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, is get started. And I'm actually getting a little hungry, so I might eat some food too. I think I'm gonna have a smoothie. I'm gonna make a smoothie and then I'm gonna get started. Okay, so I just watched a sketchy farm video for cardio. So I did, and I watched the video, I took the notes on the video, like did my brain up in comparison. So next I'm going to do my Anki. But before I do that, I want to take some time to thank Anki Remote for sending me their latest version of the Anki Remote. So I did a tutorial about setting up the 8-bit-O Anki controller. Well, Anki Remote was so kind to actually send me one of their remotes. I'm not gonna show you the address, but this is the packaging, and I just wanted to do like a little unboxing and then show y'all how I actually set it up. This is all in real time, so this is my first time opening it, and I'm going to set it up according to the instructions and see if it's as easy as I hope it is. But I'm so thankful that they sent me this. This is so cool, and I want to take the time to say thank you to Anki Remote. And yes, this was gifted, so full disclosure there. But I am going to give an honest opinion about everything and see how it goes. Okay. So again, I think the packaging's cute. It's like a cool little logo. Okay. Oh, look at this. Do y'all see it? This is cute. This is cute. Ooh, okay, so it has a couple QR codes. Okay, so it says to start here. So let me follow the instructions. Nope, not that one. There we go. Okay, so it took me to their website. So the code took me to their website, and I'm scrolling down and it says it's easy to customize, there's zero setup. Okay, I think I scanned the website one and not the start here one. So let me scan the start here. Okay, so I scanned so at first it has two QR codes. One is the website and one is start here. I scanned the website code by accident. But now I'm on the start here and it says, and now it took me to their quick guide. So I really like that because it's less paper on having to, so I think it's more sustainable because it's less paper having to like print out instructions and everything. But also I appreciate some instructions because when I was doing the other Anki controller, it was the other not Anki controller, but the other 8BitO controller, the game controller. It took me so long to figure out how to put it together. So I like that they're a setting. I like that they have the instructions just right there. So okay, so now I'm actually gonna open it. This is the Anki remote 2.0. I really like this packaging. This is cute. Oh, it comes with a strap. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's what I suspected. So the instructions are on the back, which means there's less paper to be printed when you for instructions and stuff. So I really appreciate that feature. And y'all, it's so cute. Look, it's so little. This is cool. This is really cool. Okay, so it has a little toggle feature, kind of it looks just like a game controller. Although I don't play video games, but it literally, it has the X, Y, B, and A buttons. I could picture myself holding it like this, turning it around like this. Yeah, I could see myself using it how I would the other remote. So this is interesting. Okay, now let's actually set it up. So how do you turn, so I'm following the directions in the quick guide. So it says press the start button until blue LED is on for 3 seconds. And you have to hold it down fully. It says don't worry, you can handle it. That's funny. Okay, so let me see. I see select. Okay, the start button's the top button. Okay, so that's how you turn it on. And then connecting it. You have to begin period mode, you have to hold down the start button. So let me go to... Okay, so I am going to go to Bluetooth because I just want to see how easy it is to pair this remote. So let's see. Yeah, I just want to see how easy it is. So I'm following the instructions. It says to begin pairing mode, hold down the start button until you see the blue light flash 2 times. Okay, so I'm on my Bluetooth. And it's discoverable. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna hit add Bluetooth and other device. This is all in real time too. So I'm hitting the Anki remote. And now I'm going to Bluetooth and see if it's discoverable. There we go. Anki remote, and it has the keyboard setting. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's see how this works. Okay, so this is the Anki remote is ready to go. Okay. Okay, cool. So does not flash. Once appear in mode, you'll see Anki remote on the Bluetooth list, and then it has recommended settings for recommended Anki remote settings. So it seemed really easy to pair. Though this is on 0%, so I wonder. Oh, cool. Okay, so what? So I was able to pair it, and that I do have to go for my. I'm gonna be volunteering at a health fair for class, so I am gonna have to go. So cool. So I just showed y'all like the unboxing of the Anki remote and how I connected it in real time. So thanks for coming along with me on that journey, and I will see y'all a little later today. Okay. Hey y'all. So it's been a couple of days. The volunteering school event went well, and am I'm studying in my bed, which I don't love to do, but my puppy is she I don't know, she's being weird. It's like every time I try to work on my desk, she rings the doorbell. She rings the bell like the potty training bell, and I just took her out. Like I just took her out. She's ringing the bell. So I think she just wants to like just be outside to be outside. I don't know. So I moved into the other room of my one bedroom apartment. So I'm just kind of like working on my bed right now, about to do some more Anki cards. It's been a couple of days with the Anki remote, and I like it so far. It's very, setting it up wasn't hard at all. It was like once I figured out what, it was more like me trying to figure out what I wanted the buttons to do, but actually programming the buttons was not hard at all. So I really appreciated that. But yeah, I'm just about to do some Anki cards. Something else another tip that I have for like making studying more fun and studying when you're unmotivated is to pair the task with something that you're interested in or something that's like fun. For example, the TV's on and it's like a glare in my glasses. Let me just take that off because, I also did my hair. Isn't this cute? I love it. Yeah, I did my hair because I had some time and I was like, I wanted a change in my hairstyle. Anywho, something else is like pairing the task with something interesting or something that's like fun. For example, if I'm watching a video, I like to do something with my hands. So I would play with like a fidget toy, or I would like do some knitting while I watch a video if the video's long enough. And it makes the time go by faster. It gives me something to focus on that's not just like sitting and watching the video. So that's something to consider. I also like to use a fidget toy while I'm doing Anki cards because, again, it just helps me just think about other things while I'm also working on it. It helps me think about other things or like occupying my hands, and just it makes the time go by faster. So if you are like, oh, I'm dreading watching this lecture, or you're not feeling like you want to just sit and stare, like have all your attention devoted to one thing, then I recommend like getting a fidget toy or doing something with your hands, like knitting or anything really, or even like a stress ball, just squeezing that. Something to occupy yourself while you're paying attention to the video. Something else that helps me stay motivated while I'm studying is to gamify the process. So what I started doing a couple weeks ago was I made these like little strips of paper and I stapled them together. And every time I finish a task every time I finish a task or I do something like that's checked off my to-do list, I put it in this little accomplishment jar, which is just an old candle jar that I was gifted. It was like a Christmas gift. So it's an old candle jar, and I write a little accomplishment and I put it in there, and then at the end of the week I can go back and look at everything that I've done. So it's just a fun way of like gamifying the process, a little way to like reward myself for getting through another task. So I recommend doing something like that as well. Another tip that I have for staying motivated is, for goodness sake, take breaks. Like, it is important to take breaks so that you can give your mind a chance to rest. And when I say take breaks, I mean do something different than what you physically have been doing. for example, I'm about to go out. I just finished watching some more sketchy videos, so I'm about to go outside and take my puppy on a walk and just like get some fresh air and do things like that. And I really recommend taking like movement breaks. So doing like a 10-minute workout video if you're studying at home, or like taking a walk around the block if you're able to, or even just moving to another environment, like to another room, outside if you have a patio, anything like that, and just like reading a book or something, just doing something different, or taking a break to do the dishes, or taking a break to like clean up around the house is also something I'm doing later this evening. It's just like studying and then taking like a 5-minute break in between just to tidy up a little bit. So I do recommend taking breaks. It helps break up the monotony of studying, but it also gives your mind a chance to just focus on something else, and you're able to understand things a little bit better, and it doesn't feel as tedious or arduous, and you're able to just enjoy the process of getting, like, it doesn't feel as bad to get through the material if you're taking consistent breaks. Like, you know there's going to be an end. So it's like, if I'm working for 25 minutes, I take a 5-minute break. That's the Pomodoro method. So that's something to do as well. Or after I finish every couple of tasks, I'm going to go take a break. So I just finished watching 2 sketchy videos. So I'm about to go and take my puppy. Let me show you my puppy, Francine. She's sleeping. I'm about to go take my puppy. This is her. Her name is Francine. She was just sleeping. But I'm about to go take my puppy outside on a little walk. Just to take her outside. Okay, baby. I'll put you down now. Look. Look. Francine, look. Go get it. Oh, you left you didn't. Okay. Hey, y'all. So I wanted to give some, oh, my dog put the slipper on the couch while I wasn't looking. Anyway, I wanted to give some closing remarks about today's video. And first I want to acknowledge that, like, I get it. Studying when you're unmotivated can be so hard, and there's so many other things you want to do. Watching TV is so much more fun than like reading books or doing flashcards, like sitting at a computer and doing flashcards. Like, I totally get it. And another thing I'd like to acknowledge is that, like, the to-do list never ends, y'all. Like, there's always going to be more questions to do. There's always going to be more things to read, more anything, right? Like, more videos to watch, more lectures to review, everything. So I think the key to studying when you're unmotivated is really just about building momentum. Like, pick 1, maybe to 3 things and focus on doing that and just seeing where that takes you, right? So I really do think the key is building momentum, and I hope that the tips and tricks in this video help you build momentum. And I'd also like to say that something that helps me is really gamifying the process, which is where I want to thank Anki Remote for gifting me this Anki Remote, and I'd like to talk about it for a little bit. So I have had some time using this for about a week now, and I really did enjoy this. It was very easy to set up, not complicated at all. The instructions that came with it were so easy to follow, and it was really easy to customize too. You just have to add an Anki add-on and you can customize it, and that was very simple. So I appreciate that. I only have 2 critiques about this Anki Remote, and it's just that, one, the battery life, I think it could be a little longer. I find myself charging it about every other day, where with my other remote, I don't have to charge it as often. But that's not really a big deal to me. I just charge it at night every other day. Morning, y'all. Editing Faith here. I wanted to actually make a correction, because at first I thought that the Anki Remote's battery life wasn't long, like it didn't last too long, but I realized that I just wasn't turning it off after I used it, which is like total user error. So if I had to give any critiques, it'd be that A, I wanted more colors, and B, I wish that it turned off on its own. But I figured it out. So to turn it off, you need to put it into game mode, and then you need to hit the button above Anki Remote, like the top button, until the blue light turns off. So what I mean is, if I'm looking at if I'm looking right at the logo Anki Remote, there's a little like sliding switch right here. So to turn it into game mode, you flip that switch, you slide that towards, let me see, towards my left. So you would slide it towards the circular joystick key. And then you hit this top button. So the button that's above Anki remote, you hit that and you hold it down until the blue light stops flashing. And that's how you turn it off. And to turn it on, you just hold that same button down until it comes on and then it connects. So it is super like user friendly. And honestly, I don't know if you can see it, but my dog, I left it out. Like I was studying and I just left it out on the couch, and that was my bad because my adorable dog, my lovely puppy, found it and chewed on it. And I was so distraught. And I actually like this product so much that I actually, like, this one was gifted to me, but I actually used my own money and bought a replacement, like, on my own because I liked it so much. So, yeah, I definitely like this product, and I just wanted to share that as well. I was so upset with my dog, y'all. Like, she's so sweet, and it's hard to stay mad at her, but I'm like, look at this. Look at this. So it's not puppy proof. See, do you see that bite mark? It's not puppy proof. And the crazy thing is, I thought I was gonna try to use it, but she literally chose the side where the charging port goes in. So I can't charge it. So once this thing dies, it's dead. Like the charging doesn't work. So I literally used my own money and purchased a replacement one because I was like, oh no, my Anki remote. So I really do like this product. Okay, back to the video. And the other thing is, I wish it came in more colors. Like, look, imagine how cute this would be in like a light pink or a light purple or blue. Because I just like, or even like a white, or like a cream or a white, something, right? Because I just like aesthetic. I like aesthetic tools. I love a pop of color, or even like neutrals. I like that too. But overall, I really do enjoy this remote. I just love how easy it was to set up. Like, I love that I didn't have to basically learn how to code or have to download other like softwares to my computer to make it work. Like, I really do appreciate that. So something that I do that helps me gamify the process of studying is I use my remote and I listen to like video game music in the background, or like a Scott Pilgrim album, some like from the soundtrack Scott Pilgrim, something that makes me feel like I'm playing a video game. Like, it literally gamifies the process and it makes it go by so much faster and it's way more fun. So I have a link to the Anki remote in my description box. It's an affiliate link. So use that if you'd like to try out the remote and support the channel. Thank you. And I'd just like to end on this note that, yes, it is hard studying when you're unmotivated. For me, I think connecting with the greater why, which is, at least for me, is like knowing that what I'm studying today will help me save a life in the future. That's just the biggest motivator for me to just continue to do what I do. And I just really recommend like connecting with what is that why for you that keeps you going, that keeps you studying. And take breaks. It's totally fine to take breaks. Take intentional breaks. Again, that to-do list is never going to end. So it's important for you to say, hey, I am making the intentional decision to stop and pour into myself so that I can show up even better tomorrow and so that I can show up for myself, right? So that's just really important. And I'd like to say thank you so much for watching this video. And remember that progress is important, and so are you. Until next time.